Radhe Radhe, Jai Shri Krishna to all my English viewers. I will come directly to the point. 5th November 2019, when we go back, Jupiter entered into the sign of Sagittarius, in which already Saturn and Ketu were placed. There was a conjunction of Jupiter, Saturn, Ketu in Sagittarius sign, and Rahu was in the sign of Gemini. I made a video on this particular event and I said, this is the time when the world is shifting. This is the trigger. But at that time, nobody believed me. Then the second event happened. 26th December 2019, solar eclipse happened. And this eclipse happened in the sign of Sagittarius again. 6 planets came in the house of Sagittarius once again, and it was a solar eclipse. Again I made a video and I said, this is the time when the world will pause. It is the reversal of fortune for this world. Nobody believed me that time also. 1st Jan 2020, I warned this world that it is the silence of the storm. It is the silence of the storm which the world has to face. When I made this video, nobody related that once again. But slowly, gradually, when this corona happened, people started believing me. People started believing me and they started recognizing me. Because if you can see something which is building up, which the world is not seeing, and still you have the courage to speak that, that means you acquire that knowledge within you. Through that, you can see something which the world is not seeing it. And this world plays very differently. It plays very differently because when something happens, then say, acknowledge it. And if something is not happening, it is in the preparation stage. They say that what this person is talking about. The rejection which I faced in the few initial years of my journey never stopped me. Because what I have seen, it was the beginning of that period. I spoke about mass awakening. And my friends, it happened. And now, again, there is a strong trigger for this world. This is a very much strong trigger because the journey which started on 5th November 2019 onwards, we are still in that line. We are still in that zone. It is the progression. It is the progression of everything. It is the alignment of everything so that the final outcome can be achieved. Capricorn sign is the 10th house in a Kalpurush chart. And what does 10th house represents? 10th house, it is a representation of world. It is the representation of public. It is the representation of governments, power, authority, struggle, war. Everything is determined from 10th house, Capricorn sign. And Saturn being the ruler, it ignites this. It ignites this house. And when the energy of Saturn is along with Mars, Moon, Venus, and Mercury, what does it represent? Which is going to happen in the end of this Feb. These 5 planets will come together. Now, the interesting part is that when these 5 planets will come together, the day after is Mahashivratri. So when these 5 planets are making this conjunction on the same next day, in the midst of Mahashivratri, in the midnight of Mahashivratri, that is 1st March, and before the sun rises on 2nd March, there is another conjunction will happen, in which the moon will come out from this Capricorn sign and it will enter Sun and Jupiter, which are placed in the sign of Aquarius. This is something very drastic I am talking about. It is not about creating fears. It is more about creating awareness. Because we all want to know the truth. But when the truth is spoken, nobody wants to accept that. The truth is that 28th Feb onwards, 1st March, Mahashivratri, big event, 2nd March, these 3 days, this is a sign of some cosmic eruption, volcanic eruption, which is happening in the solar system. In the solar system, and the impact will be seen over here on this earth. It is the action, what was prepared from the last 2.5 years or so. Now it is all about the completion of that energy. And it is all about eruption. It is all about birthing something new. There are 2 kinds of energies which are developing in these 3 days. One which is very much positive. And why this positive energy is being developed? Because if something negative is coming towards the world, so there has to be some force which can stop it. We are entering in such a drastic period. This world is entering into such a drastic period which can't be explained. If you think that an astrologer can explain this event very beautifully, I'm telling you, and take my words, it is beyond astrology. It is beyond astrology. Because astrology is not about reading the stars. It is more about reading the energy. This is not about science, logic. This is about your gut feeling. This is more about a psychic interpretation. And you should have that power in which you can speak to that planets. You can understand the language of communication of this cosmic energy. If somebody says, let's assume that if somebody says that war will happen, this will happen, and that will happen, and that will, what does it matter? What does it matter? It won't matter. Because if something is going to happen, then it is going to happen. The point is, what is the cause? What is the reason why it is happening? That is, we need to find out. That should be our curiosity, to find out that truth which can serve every question arising. In very simple way, I am describing these energies to you, and that is two energies will act, will come to power, and it is the fight, it is the collision of a positive energy and a very drastic negative energy, and the impact will be seen by the world. People speak about Yug Parivartan, people speak about golden age. It sounds good, but nobody knows what actually the process is. The answer is not outside. If you think that the answer lies outside for what you are seeing or what the events are happening, it will never serve you, because the answer is within, that why it is happening. It is more about that soul awareness. It is more about knowing your true self, that why we are over here and what we are doing, what we are creating. If this world is preparing nuclear bombs, what do you think that what will be the end result of this human race? Because we ourselves have become that instrumental to create this energy, which will end up in destruction of human race. Only the reason behind this is power struggle. No, the power should be with us. And this world is doing this repeatedly. What should I say to this world? When this human population needs love, needs education, needs food, and people are worried about their defense budget, so that they can destroy this world and they can become powerful. I don't know how you will take this video, because the truth is that it is the eruption of a volcanic energy which will end up, which will be a catalyst in the coming time for this destruction, which we are not seeing today. The only good scenario, the only good thing is that a new force is igniting between this. And in the coming days and years, it will take control. Why it has to take control? If power is given to someone and it is not utilized in the best way for humanity, that is the time the need arises when the power has to take off. And this is the fight. This is the real fight what the world will face in the coming years. If you want this video, if you want to understand this video, understand this simple thing. There are two choices for humanity. One is creation and the other is destruction. Today, I ask you one question to all of my English viewers or anybody who is watching this video. What you will opt? Either you will opt creation or either you will opt destruction. I know all of you will say that we will opt creation. But the saddest point is that few power hungry people will opt destruction to achieve this. So it is the war between creation and destruction. The timeline in which we are entering, it is a war between creation and destruction. And I'm telling you, my friends, at the end of the day, creation will emerge as a winner. And to achieve this creation, those who wanted to have this destruction, they will suffer. I can't describe this event which is happening on this Mahashivratri. I don't have much better words than what I spoke in this video. And these words, in the coming days, in the coming months and the coming years, the world will recognize these words, that what this person spoke was true. Because whatever I'm saying today is not my words. Because I'm not over here I'm not presenting myself as an astrologer. Very truly I'm saying to you, I'm not presenting myself as an astrologer. I'm presenting myself as a human being today who has been gifted by something. The only point is that what you choose becomes your destiny. So it's up to the world what it chooses. Whether it is creation, whether it is destruction.